The only reason that this setting is happening right now is because I had a different belief system. God instilled in me a different belief system. I believed that I could do better. I believed that there was something out there better for me. And even though I didn't know that that's what my belief for me was at the time, just by the things that I did, just by the ways that I navigated through life, and when I look back on it, when God gives me a flashcard of my life, I believed that I could do something different. And I strived for it. I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim. I've survived a lot of storms and I thank God for it. I believed that I could buy a house one day, and I did. I believed that I could have a wedding, and I did. I believed that I could wear a white dress, and I did. I believed that I could raise my children, and I did. Did I make some mistakes? I've made a lot of mistakes. Have I hurt some people? I've hurt a lot of people, and most definitely myself. Have I apologized to those people? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've crossed some lines that never should have been crossed. I've did some hurtful things to some people. But I know better now. I've learned better now. I'm doing better now. I never will forget the very first time that I heard the words come out of somebody else's mouth, and it just sent chills all through my body. You have to remember that when we grew up, you automatically knew that your parents loved you because they bought you shoes. They bought you clothes. They fed you. At Christmas time, you got toys. They gave you a little money here and there every once in a while for different things. Some parents instilled in you about going to college, and some parents instilled in you about just graduating from high school, getting you a job, getting you a good husband, and having you some children. Yeah, that's what that was about. But to hear the words, "I believe in you," nobody had ever told me that in my life. I was 50 something years old when someone told me for the very first time, "I believe in you." I believe in you. And that stayed in my mind, that stayed in my head, that stayed with me, that stayed on me. And it began to turn something up in me to the point that this is where I am today. I pray that in doing this, I pray that in speaking about this and talking about my journey, as the lady said, that this helps somebody else to better understand themselves, and that if you feel like you need to go seek some counseling, go seek you some counseling. Don't let anybody tell you anything differently, because the Black community has been the poorest community at taking care of our mental health. They'll tell you you're not praying enough, you're not doing this enough, but they don't tell you that when you say, "I have cancer." They don't tell you you're not praying enough. They don't tell you that when you have diabetes. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that when you have high blood pressure. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that when you're having severe migraine headaches. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that when you got something going on with your intestines. They don't tell you that. Don't let them tell you that. If you feel like you need to seek adequate counseling, then you do that. If you have to do it in private, then you do it. Whatever you have to do to take care of yourself, to be healthy, to be well, to be vibrant, to be radiant, to excel, to enjoy your life, to live your life, to be a part of your life, you do what you have to do to make yourself better. No, I'm not telling you to go out here and harm anybody. I'm not telling you to go out here and harm yourself. I'm not telling you that if you do decide to seek adequate counseling and they give you a diagnosis and they tell you that you need to take medication, I'm not telling you not to take your medication. I'm telling you to do self-love, to do self-care, to do self-awareness.